taking my time as the sun it shines on me and everyone that has come to find. This world is cruel, but there's nothing new. Living in the moment is the only truth. Let's go slow. Living in the moment is the only truth. Let's go slow.
Good morning, sweet friend. Today I wanted to share with you all about how we can embrace our femininity, even for those of us ladies that are quite low maintenance. Hey there, friends. I'm Heidi, the Heavenly Minded Homemaker, and now I love talking about topics of just being a woman. We do a study every summer going through biblical womanhood and then talk all throughout the rest of the year really about these topics and the honor it is to understand God's design for our lives and to live that out to its fullest each and every day. I think life is truly as lovely as we choose to see it, and so to see each day as lovely and to make the most of even the smallest things that we have in our lives, I think is something that's really important to do. And I love the topic of kind of just femininity and feminine things, but what I think is funny is when I talk about it, I think most assume that I must be like quite high maintenance and I must pour so much time and attention into these things. And I shared with you guys last week, my daily makeup routine consists of items from the dollar store. And so I am probably one of the most low maintenance women that are talking about this topic, especially here on YouTube. And so I thought it would be fun to kind of address this issue of what about femininity for those of us who are very low maintenance. I think a lot of times when we talk about femininity, we think of those who just are always getting their hair done, their nails done, they buy really expensive clothing, and they just, are, I don't know, just kind of naturally gifted in that way. And if you're that, that's amazing. That's wonderful. Some of us aren't. Some of us did not really start off that way. I was always kind of jeans and t-shirt. While I certainly like some of the finer things of life, I never was that super girly, super high maintenance. If I had to keep up on going and getting my nails done and getting my hair done and doing all of those things and having like a strict, workout regimen or something like that, I would fail every time. I love eating. I love being comfortable. I love simple. I love effective. I am the opposite of a high maintenance woman, but that doesn't mean that I'm not feminine and that I don't appreciate the feminine quality of just life and everything that, involves my person and my being. And so for those of us who are a little more low maintenance on the spectrum, here are some of my go-tos, my favorite areas to really embrace femininity, but even as a low maintenance girl. Now, the first way I do this would really be in simple routines for hygiene. Now, this is something I think especially I see with moms of young ones. I see this so often where life gets busy, whatever it is that you have put on your plate. And so these areas of hygiene kind of just take a back seat. How often I know I've heard of other moms go, I can't even remember the last time I took a shower. I can't even remember the last time I washed my hair. I can't even remember the last time I did this or did that or whatever. And I think that that's kind of sad. I think that the hygiene is really the basis for so many areas of our life. I think it impacts us so much more than even just physically. I think it really has a profound impact on how we feel and how we view things and how we go about stuff. And so even when I've been, post C-section, newborn babies, brand new, kind of dynamic of life with having a bunch of small ones or whatever life has thrown at me, hygiene is one of those things that I don't skip. You're not going to find me, having not remembered the last time I showered, not remember the last time I washed my hair, haven't shaved my legs in forever, different simple little things like that. My teeth are always brushed twice a day. I've always just recently flossed. I am always keeping up on those types of things because for me, I think that that is really just a core foundational element that, again, I think impacts us more than just physically. And so having a simple but a set routine for your hygiene is going to be really, really important. I used to be someone who showered first thing every single morning, and I woke up early before work and I got a shower and I got ready and I did all of that. In different seasons of life with kids and just busy schedules, I found that for me, that showering in the evening actually fit into my schedule better. So again, I took whatever life was throwing at me and I just made it work in a way of, hey, I'm gonna go in, this is my 10 minutes after I've, gotten everybody set, everybody settled, whatever it might be, everybody's off to bed, I'm gonna go get my shower so that way I can get me put together to be ready for whatever life is gonna throw at me the next day. But finding a simple routine that works, making sure that personal hygiene is being taken care of on the norm is something that is going to be very, very impactful. Now, the next point, getting into some more of the fun stuff, is attention to skin, hair, and nails. Now, if I could only focus on 3 things, it would be this. And again, simple routines and habits make this really, really impactful. And how this has looked for me over the years has always changed a little bit here and there, but skincare, so important. I care more about skincare than I do any accessory or makeup or dress or anything whatsoever. Take care of your skin. Now, this is so incredibly important. I know for me, I've shared different skincare routines, natural and effective ways to keep your skin healthy. What you eat, what you consume has such an impact in this. I know for me, I have it right here. I have my Primal Queen supplements that I take every single day. These have been huge. The core thing that you want, always for your skin, you want that ACE bandage, you want vitamins A, C, and E. You get more nutrients out of organ supplements that you get here in Primal Queen. This is like a powerhouse for your skin, for your nails, for your hair, for your immunity, for your systems, right? For everything really, because you're getting so much in these. But for me, taking care of my skin, it's the supplements. It's what I eat. That's why I'm sharing the carnivore challenge and why we do that. It is having a good skincare routine with the things you do put on. It's being properly hydrated. And then for me recently, I just got sent, I wasn't sure these things worked, and that's why I haven't officially shared it with you guys, but I'll tell you about it now. I got one of those LED masks. I'm sure you've probably seen them. They used to be the things that only the super rich could go to salons and have, them there and stuff. And now you can get them on Amazon for quite affordable, but it's using the technology of LED light therapy to really impact, your skin and improve its health and all of that. And so somebody reached out and they're like, hey, would you like to try this? And I was like, let me give it a shot. I don't know how much I believe in these things. Let me just see. These are the coolest things ever. And so taking 20 minutes in the evening to put this thing on and just let it work its healing power through the light in my skin is one of those things now that I'm like, okay, you have my attention. This is quite cool. But regardless of what it is that you use, learning about how to have good skin health, putting some thought and attention to a skincare routine is so important, even for those of us who are very low maintenance. What I eat, the supplements I take, lots of water, what I put onto my skin, the tools that I use, they're very simple, right? There are different things that I use, but I keep it very simple, and it has such a great impact that taking care of my skin is something that is so incredibly important. And so that is an area that I definitely pay attention to. And really, I now look forward to these things. Even as a very low maintenance person, finding good skincare and good products to use for my hair and for my nails, I look forward to this. This is a little treat that I enjoy every single day that I do look forward to, even though it only takes me a small amount of time. I've worked it into my routine and I really, really enjoy it. Same goes for my hair. I have very long hair, but I like to keep it very healthy. I do it very simply. I do not dye my hair. I cut my hair myself. I usually cut it about once a year. If I feel the need to do it more than that, I do, but I've been cutting my own hair for so long now. I don't remember the last time I had it done by someone else. But I do it all myself. I do regular treatments. I got a company that sent me over this stuff, and it's phenomenal. It's a ginger hair oil that you put at your roots, and I do that, a few times a week, maybe 2-3 times a week. My hair is so soft. It is phenomenal. I put that in. I sleep in a silk cap. I have heatless, rollers and things. If I want to have some curl or something in my hair, I use the heatless ones that make it really, really simple and easy to use. I love a good conditioning treatment, or even just using coconut oil or olive oil in my hair every once in a while to just keep it very nice and soft and healthy. But having a very simple hair care routine, using great products that just work well, they're simple, but again, I now look forward to doing these things. I felt so silly the first few times I slept in a silk cap, but I see just how soft it keeps my hair, and how, it keeps it all nice together. I'm not getting these split ends and different things like that. And I'm like, wow, this is such a luxurious little thing to be able to have my little silk robe and silk cap that I put on in the evening, and you just all of a sudden feel so just feminine and beautiful, even though you're just getting ready to go to bed. And these are all things that are really good for your hair and your skin anyways. And so little things like that with my hair, I know I really appreciate, and then I've shared with you guys, but I actually just put it on, it was finishing drying, but I use rocket fuel on my nails, and this stuff has transformed my nails like never before. I will never go back to overpriced salon things and having things done on my nails that really just end up ruining them in the end. This has made my nails so strong, so healthy. I just absolutely love it. And so I give myself a manicure every 2 to 3 weeks. And then I put on a coat of rocket fuel about every other day. You really use this for about 12 weeks to really get your nails growing strong once you get all the old growth out of them. And once you really start seeing this thick impact on them, I only do it about every other day. Up and through the first 12 weeks, I do it every single day. And then after that, I do it about every other. But I have a very simple system to keep my nails healthy, right? I do them every couple weeks, put a coat on every other day. I'm looking great. I'm looking good. Being able to take care of my hair every day, again, I'm paying attention to the hygiene, right? I'm washing it. I'm putting it in a silk cap. I'm curling it with no heat when I want to do that. Sometimes I just leave it straight. Whatever the case may be, I'm taking care of my skin, my hair, and my nails, and working those simple routines into my days that I now look forward to. That it doesn't have to be extravagant, it doesn't have to be expensive, it doesn't have to be time consuming. It's little simple things that we do each and every day that really help to take care of these key elements for us, to help us feel a little more feminine, and to find ways to enjoy the little bits of luxury that we have in our day-to-day. Again, not because they're expensive or super marketed to us, but because we feel the impact, and that makes us feel a little bit lovelier and a little more put together. And that, in my book, is absolutely a luxury. Now, the third area for me here to really embrace femininity would be a simple wardrobe that embraces the aspects of being a woman. Now, I wear dresses quite often, skirts, but not exclusively. I went for a period of time where I did, but I don't wear them exclusively. So even with other things that I'm wearing, I like to find ways for my outfits each and every day to still have an element that really does embrace the femininity, right? That really makes me feel ladylike, makes me feel a little polished, a little put together. Again, none of this has to be extravagant. Everything I own comes from a thrift store or Walmart if I'm getting fancy. So it's not that it has to be expensive, but it still embraces feminine elements in it. And so a dress, I find that really easy to do, right? A dress is one of the easiest ways to be completely comfortable, but yet feel absolutely feminine. And if you want to know how to start feeling comfortable in dresses, or or I'll see all of my summer dresses. I will link those down below. You guys can go and watch that. Sometimes it's, you know, if I have a t-shirt I want to wear, I'll wear it with a skirt instead of jeans. Even if I am wearing jeans and a top, maybe I'll wear a nicer blouse that feels a little bit more feminine. Maybe I'll just wear a really feminine pair of shoes, where it, you know, maybe a cute pair of flats or some sandals or something to kind of dress it up a little bit. But finding different ways to bring a feminine element into what I'm wearing is something that I really do enjoy. I don't want to feel frumpy and dumpy, you know, I don't want to kind of have that just like, ugh, you know, type feeling. I want to feel put together. I want to feel polished. I want to feel feminine in what I'm wearing. And so when I am shopping or doing something, which I am getting ready to kind of switch our wardrobe over. It's almost fall here in North Carolina. So excited as the weather is starting to change to switch out my wardrobe from what I've been wearing this summer. And whenever I'm doing that, I just try to find things and really make sure that there are these elements of femininity and I don't know, kind of that poise of being a woman that I can weave in through even the most casual and comfortable of outfits that I have to wear. And so doing that is really something that I think is important, that I think maybe we haven't really thought about, right? With the clothes that we're buying, the things that we have, the outfits we're picking each day, is there an element of femininity in this that I can bring in, that I can tie in and really just feel that much more put together and really just embrace my femininity? My fourth point here would be to accessorize with feminine features. Now, this might be in your jewelry, it might be in makeup, it might be in perfume, those extra little pieces that you add in to just your being, your external adornment as you go throughout the day to really just be, yes, polished, put together, but feminine in your appearance. And so it might be, you know, adding a little bit of makeup, maybe it's a little bit of color on your lips, whatever that might be for you. I always have, my husband got me these earrings. I always have earrings in. I always have my wedding rings on. This ring that I'm wearing today is from Julia Jewelry. I have a few from them. I love switching out my wedding rings. I don't know if everybody else does that, but I absolutely love doing that. I always have them linked down below, the rings that I'm wearing. And then their sister company, she said yes, like I got this beautiful little just delicate necklace from them that I love so much. I have some rings from them. For me, little features. I don't want a ton of jewelry. I don't want it to be super like gaudy and over the top. I like something simple, like, you know, my earrings for my husband, my necklace. I always have on a wedding ring, and I like to make sure that my wedding rings stand out. For me, that's a big one. So I have, you know, simple pieces that I always wear. I always have a perfume on. I think that's something that can be so beautiful, and having that kind of like signature scent is something that is just, I don't know, it just screams femininity to me. And my husband's a big scent guy, so he always has like the best colognes. And so when him and I got together, it was kind of like, oh, now I need to do, I'd never worn perfume before. And so after, you know, that I was like, oh, I need to find a perfume. And so I always have a perfume on. My brother actually gets me Scentbird, and so even wherever I go, I always have one of my Scentbird perfumes with me. I have one in my purse, one here by my desk, you know, one out in the car in case, you know, we go somewhere and I for some reason don't have something on me. I always have a perfume that I put on first thing in the morning when I get ready. Just having that very feminine scent, I think, is something that really does make a big difference, even if it's just you enjoying that. But I do love it. I'll be out places and I'll be like, ooh, that smells really good. What is that? And I go, oh, it's such and such, or whatever. And so it's one of those things where you see other ladies go, ooh, you know, maybe I should start wearing a perfume. I really love that. That, you know, just smells so feminine. It feels so beautiful. And so different little things like that, whether it is makeup, or I said, I'll link it down below. I showed you guys my whole makeup routine. It's incredibly simple, incredibly minimal, and like it all comes from Dollar Tree, but it's still something that helps me to feel polished and feminine and put together. Having a perfume on, again, small little touch, helps me to feel polished, put together, and a little feminine. Little things that we can do really do make a big difference, from the jewelry we wear, or no matter how simple, inexpensive, minimal it might be, little pieces that bring in that femininity with these little extra features that we choose to adorn ourselves in each day. Now, embracing femininity is not just external adornment. I think that's a piece of it, yes, right? Yes, don't judge a book by its cover, but the cover is still there in what you're seeing first. And so I think it's important to put some thought into how we're setting ourselves up. That affects how we feel, how others perceive us, all of those other pieces, of course. But especially as Christian women, we know that the inside is what matters the most. The heart is what the Lord weighs. And that's absolutely the root of everything on the outside. I do not want to be pretty on the outside and ugly on the inside. I want to focus on my inner beauty above all, and the external should merely just be a result of the change that has happened inside. And thoughtful speech, I think, is such a key element of embracing femininity. I think although femininity has left our world so much for women today, right? The lies of feminism that everybody has believed in, the loss of femininity, it's showing obviously on the external and so much that we see, but really I think it shows in speech. When women are loud, they're just crass. They're, you see all these different things, these women, you're like, oh, it just, you watch old movies and things like that and see how women used to speak and used to present themselves compared to what you see today. And you're like, what happened here? A major loss of femininity is one key element of what happened there. And so being thoughtful in my speech. Now, again, we were talking about submission last week and the idea of what people think submission is. So if you haven't watched that already, you guys can go watch that one too. But it's about being thoughtful. It's not that I can't say something. It's that I'm thoughtful about what I say. Instead of just letting my mouth control me and just run and say whatever it wants to, I'm thoughtful in what I say. Do I need to be that loud? Do I need to be that crass? Do I need to engage in this conversation? How can I be thoughtful in my speech and really let my words and my actions show just how beautiful and feminine I actually am? Because it's not just the external, it's the internal above all. And so your words are really just a window into what's truly rooted down in your heart. And so if the words coming out of your mouth are very foul, they're very unkind, they're not uplifting, they're very judgmental, they're very cynical, whatever it might be, that's really just showing us a window into your heart. And so I want my words to be thoughtful. And last but not least, in truly embracing femininity, even for those of us that are very low maintenance, I think what's so important is that in embracing femininity, we have a heart of thankfulness. Truly being thankful to the Lord for our womanhood. Feminism has lied to us all for so many years and told us that your worth comes from doing what a man can do, right? Your career, your success, you're this, you're that, independence and equality and all of these things that it's always shouting, instead of embracing the truth, which is being a woman is a wonderful thing. Nobody hates women more than feminists. Embracing your femininity, embracing what makes you unique and different and strong and dignified because you are a woman is the greatest thing that we can do. And it's not about, being a prissy little princess and spending oodles of dollars on all kinds of nonsense things. That's not it. Now, if there's something you want to do, okay, sure, go for it. But that's not what makes you feminine. Embracing the womanhood that God designed you for is the most beautiful, wonderful thing you could possibly do. Again, studying into biblical womanhood, embracing what it means to be a woman, to not think that your worth comes from doing what a man can do. Go let men be masculine and do what they were designed to do. I want to embrace what God designed me to do. And that's where I find my true calling, my true fulfillment. And when I want to embrace femininity, yes, there's the beautiful, there's the fun things, there's the deep heart things, but it's truly this thankfulness. Lord, thank you that you made me a woman. There's some things that, sure, they're not the funnest things to have to deal with, but I see the reason why. And I see the beauty and the blessing that it is to be designed by the Creator for a purpose, and to live that out each and every day is the most beautiful, fulfilling thing we could ever find in this life. So those are some of the ways that I try to embrace femininity, even as a very low maintenance, laid back woman. And I hope that they can be an encouragement to you. You'll have to let me know down in the comments, what are some of the things that you do? What are some of the areas that maybe you're struggling in? I love that we have such a beautiful community here that really wants to dive into these topics and lift one another up. Now, again, I'm gonna say it, everything is linked down there. Come and join us for our biblical womanhood study. Come and be sure when you subscribe, turn on your little bell notifications, because we have more classes that we're getting ready to do on these topics. We have videos coming out every week, more along these lines, as I think it is so important to have a space that in a very real and raw and transparent way can be lifting one another up as we all seek to live by the design that the Creator, Lord God, gave to us, designed for us, His desire for our lives, and true fulfillment that can only be found in Christ. I thank you all for being here. I'm gonna go enjoy my day with my family and the blessing that the Lord has before me, and I hope to see you right back here in the next video. Bye, friends!
Living in the moment is the only truth.